ahead, the 11th through to the 17th. I'm going to start with Aries and move our way all the way down to Pisces. We do have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio on the 11th, 12th of the month. There is no clarification, just quick, simple, to the point, what to expect for the upcoming week. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Hello, Vicky. Good afternoon to you. All right, starting with the sign of Aries. What do we have for the sign of Aries? Okay. Aries, overall energy for this upcoming week. We have number 45. Ooh, about dropped it. Man holding a heart. You could be the man in your feels, and or you could be having the feels for a man. We have number 25, high honor. So whatever this is, I almost feel like there's some kind of love or desire, admiration towards something that's deemed as high honor, whether it's a person, place, or situation. It feels very much like there's some opportunity that has your heart lit up, and or somebody is deeming you as a high honor, the love for you. With the two of air, this is all about needing to make a choice, but being unwilling or unable to make a choice when it comes to the Three of Pentacles, a collaboration, a coming together. Although the Three of Pentacles pertains to like work, collaboration, creativity, things of that nature, it could also expand into love and romance. So there could be a lot of creative ideas or endeavors, collaborations that you're just not jumping on at this point. With number 18, the moon, Pisces energy, I feel like that's definitely reflective of this full moon in the sign of Scorpio. There could be things coming to the surface, but also things that need to be let go of in order for you to be able to make the choice and the decision pertaining to this creative endeavor. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, but we have number 6, contract, pertaining to number 8, false person. So when we have some kind of a contract, I mean, this could be a soul contract, it could be a business contract, but there's something hidden within this. Now, with the next cards, the 6 of Earth, which talks to me about a balance and windfall of sorts coming in for you. There's a King of Earth, specifically Virgo energy, but it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If it's not specifically that sign, it does talk about the energy, which is grounded, stable, people who like the finer things in life, people who show their emotions through buying expensive gifts, only the best, right? And then we have the 2 of water. So curiously enough, this feels like some kind of a romantic contract. And the false person, frankly, feels like somebody's hiding their emotions, and or it honestly feels like somebody's pretending to be somebody that they're not, maybe refusing to let their guard down, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with. The indecision. Okay, I think it just unfroze on my end anyway. Can you hear me now? Okay. A call came in and I was trying to ignore the call because if I push the button, it'll cut out my live. Anyways, and I'll get to the comment section here in just a moment. Aries, like I was saying, I feel like there's a decision that needs to be made regarding a collaboration or working together with another in romance, possibly even in business, but it's kind of preventing you from really diving into that creative juices of flowing. You're holding yourself back is what I'm saying. And again, there's a windfall coming for you, but I feel like there's fierce fears that you need to move through, things that are going to start coming to the surface that you need to push through. Oh, that's interesting. Your Moonology card, work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Well, we do have a full moon in Scorpio, so I feel like you're going to be dropping those fears by the wayside. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and we'll move on to Taurus. Hello, everybody. Greetings. Heart of Fire, hello. I don't read the chat while I am in the middle of doing a reading, so don't think I'm ignoring. I just wait until I'm done with the sign before I check on what's going on. I am a multitasker, but not that kind of multitasker. And when I'm channeling messages, it will be a distraction. Huh, I have a card stuck here. That's interesting. Okay. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I truly appreciate it. And for subscribing. You guys are fantabulous. I appreciate all of my subscribers along with my extended and gratitude group members. You guys are fabulous. I will also tell you that the mid-month check-ins are going to be out for the extended group memberships, extended and gratitude group, tonight, tomorrow, and then Sunday they should be out for the rest of everybody. So let's get into Taurus. Taurus for the week ahead, the 11th through the 17th. Again, we do have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio on the 11th/12th, depending on where you're located on this beautiful planet. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements. Ooh, did something flip? No. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Taurus. Interesting. Interesting. It's a lot going on there, Taurus. A happy birthday to all the Tauruses, by the way. Overall energy, we have number 39, 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. And it's pertaining to nothing other than the high honor, again, number 25. So your 5th chakra is self-expression and speaking your truth. And again, with the high honor, that's so interesting. I feel as though this is pertaining to, for some of you, being on a stage of sorts or being able to be heard, or although this is speaking your truth, being seen, feeling seen. We have a page of air. Pages bring news, again, communication, but I feel like you could also be receiving some kind of intuitive hit, download, or some kind of catalyst or prompt to do something, which I feel like is inevitably going to change your life on some level. With the messenger of water, this is all about following your heart. Again, you could be having heightened intuition, especially around the full moon, that has a tendency to kind of bring out more of the psychic abilities. With the Magician card, Gemini, Virgo energy, you're being called to follow your heart towards creation, manifesting. And the fact that you're an earth sign, when you follow your heart and your heart's desires, you are more able to ground your dreams, desires into reality because you are grounded and stable. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 35, 1st chakra, Archangel Michael. Oh, this is good. And it is pertaining to number 11, sudden wealth. This is your stability and security, and there's some form of a windfall coming in for you. Now, sudden wealth, again, feels, well, especially because there's a slot machine on there. For some of you, if you get an impulse, don't just go spend all your ducats. I'm just saying, if you get the impulse, go buy a ticket, go to the casino, play the slots, if you get an impulse. For the majority of you, this sudden windfall could come in many different forms. I mean, you could get a raise. Maybe your significant other comes into money. There could be some kind of inheritance coming through for you. But it's affecting your stability. And like I said, there's something that you're creating and manifesting. For some of you, it's something pertaining to public speaking. I keep getting a feeling of you standing on a stage, like there's something where you're being heard, and it's creating, it's like butterfly effect, I guess. With the Three of Water, the Three of Water is all about a time of celebration, happy news, exciting news. Well, if you're having sudden wealth, then I would say that that's happy, exciting news. With the Eight of Fire, that is fast-moving communication, passion, drive, desire. Towards what? The Lovers, Gemini energy, soulmate connection. This feels like something's being revamped with the passion, drive, desire, and or you have a soulmate coming in. For some of you, you already know who this person is. You already are with this person. For others, this is somebody new coming in for you. With the Empress card, I feel more so this is somebody that you're already with, and this is a rebirth. It's also a time of grounding your dreams into reality. It's prosperity and abundance, new beginnings. And then we have a Hanged Man, Pisces energy, which tells me that you're viewing something differently. I feel like there's a shift and change coming in for you. This opportunity, it feels like an opportunity. And it's almost like stepping outside of your normal self. It's like taking a risk and it paying off is what it feels like. All right, Taurus, we have a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Yep, feels like a new romantic cycle. Again, could be with somebody new. For the majority of you, it's like a rebirth of one you're already in. Definitely a soulmate connection. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and move on to Gemini. Hello, everybody. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you for hanging out on this Friday afternoon. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are. It surely is where I am. Thank you all for hitting that like button. I appreciate you. Oh, that's what it is. One of my cards is ripped and it keeps catching. Okay. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I know I started early. I got the bug. I felt the urge to get going. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, the week ahead, the 11th through to the 17th. Again, we have a full moon taking place on the 11th/12th in the sign of Scorpio. Full moons, all about things to be released. Scorpio is the deep, dark depths of thyself and others. So, I do give my feeling on the card, along with any channel messages that come my way. Always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Okay, interesting. Gemini. I had to double check I was on Gemini. Overall energy for this upcoming week, number 31, door to value, pertaining to number 36, distant horizon. So the door to value in the distant horizon for me feels like you are slowly opening that door of your value is your worth. As within, so without. So you're not going to achieve value in this world unless you feel valuable. And I feel like this is something new that you're stepping into. Now, it can be any opportunity that you're stepping into, whether it's a relationship, a job, whatever the external is, it's a feeling from within. And in the distant horizon, I feel as though it is going to turn into this value financially, as that is just a reflection of our energy. We have a page of air. Pages bring news. I feel like you're receiving intuition, guidance. For some of you, there is conflict, and so there's something that's going to set somebody off, whether it's setting you off or somebody else. Communication could be you being honest with somebody. Nonetheless, it's bringing the Five of Swords. That is conflict, arguing, fighting, possibly with a Queen of Water, specifically Cancer, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So frankly, if you're speaking your truth towards somebody, regardless of how they're going to receive it or feel about it, that in itself is valuing your own self, valuing your own opinion. And with the Queen of Water, it feels like this could be some form of a conflict. Doesn't have to be a Queen of Water specifically, but it's somebody who's kind, caring, compassionate, highly intuitive, psychic. It just feels like there's some kind of a conflict, arguing, fighting, or it could even be somebody speaking ill about another person. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface, that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 37, third chakra archangel Shemuel, and it's pertaining to number 24, thief. This is emotions of desire and your life force energy. And I feel like whatever the conflict, okay, I heard back up. We have the Eight of Air, which is overthinking, overanalyzing, fear, stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. It is a self-imposed prison. And we have a Queen of Fire, which is interesting. The Queen of Fire is specifically Aries, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. There's a situation with a fire sign. Somebody who is very passionate. They can be fiery. That could be who the conflict is with, frankly. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like this person, male, female, not gender specific, is key to making you feel stuck or stagnant or self-imposed prison, up in your headspace, overthinking. It's like they're stealing your thunder or your joy, your life force energy, your creativity. They're not really stealing it per se. It's you giving your power away to this situation or this person. But it is this situation that is making you feel that way. That could be the conflict. And if it's not a Queen of Water that you're arguing and fighting with, I feel like this is more you embodying this energy of following your intuition, your higher guidance, speaking your truth. And that's how you're opening the door to your personal value, which in the distant horizon is going to bring about major shifts and changes in your life, and financially as well. More on the energetic level is more important in my opinion, but it all trickles out into the 3D. All right, Gemini, we have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon, and expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Definitely powerful change. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to Cancer. Ooh, watching from Japan. I don't think I've ever had anybody here from Japan. Or at least nobody that let me know that they were watching from Japan. That's awesome. Well, welcome. Okay. I'm going to shuffle and move on to Cancer. Again, this is very short, sweet, to the point, no clarifications. Ooh, New York. I've never been there. Almost went there. I was in Boston. I was close. I'm on the complete opposite coast. I'm in Washington. Or on the complete opposite side of the country. Ooh, perfect. Perfect timing. Because Cancer is next after after I shuffle. Gotta shuffle. All right. Cancer. All right, Cancer, this is for the week ahead, the 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card, along with any channel messages that come. That's a lot of energy. Come my way, but always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you are dealing with. I will also tell you that we have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio taking place on the 11th/12th, depending on where you are in the world. Full moons are all about the release of things that no longer serve us. Scorpio is like the deepest, darkest depths of the self and others. Okay, so that's quite a bit. All right, Cancer, overall energy. We had 3 pop out, so this could be all your energy. It could be you and another person. Take it how it resonates. Number 48, Angel of Balance. Well, you're definitely going to feel more balanced this coming week with number 35, First Chakra Archangel Michael. This is stability and security. And then we have number 45, Man Holding a Heart. You could be that man and or it's somebody you're dealing with. I will tell you that it's all pertaining to number 32, Despair in the Reverse, which tells me that at some point you could have been feeling very disparaged. Things weren't working out, feeling like the bottom of the barrel. I feel like this coming up week, you are shifting that, bringing more balance into your stability, security, your romance, your love, your emotions, if you will, and getting out of that disparaging feeling. We have number 20, The Call, Scorpio energy. This is all about surrendering and moving in a new direction. And when we surrender, it also does talk about somebody coming back around. When we surrender, it's as if we're saying, okay, what is done is done. There's nothing I can do about it. From this point on, I am just going to focus on something else. So whether it's I'm going to paint for a day because I need some kind of creative outlet. I'm going to go for a hike or a walk. I'm going to get out of my headspace. I'm not going to concern myself with the past. And everything from this point forward is the past. And then from the next point forward is the past. So it's no longer reflecting on what that was and getting out of that energy, stepping into something different. The 2 of Air is all about needing to make a choice or a decision. Sometimes it's between 2 people, but in general, there's a decision or a choice that needs to be made. And frankly, the 2 of Air talks about being unwilling or unable. It's kind of a stuck energy. This could be yours or somebody you're dealing with the 5 of Fire. Okay, so that's drama. The 5 of Fire is drama. And it also talks about energy leak. So as I was talking about a moment ago, about surrendering and moving in a new direction, we've got the 2 of Swords sandwiched right between. There's a choice that needs to be made. Are we going to surrender, move in a new direction, let fate take the wheel, and whatever happens, happens, and we're going to accept it and be okay with it because everything's always working out in our favor? Or are we going to continue to put our energy and effort into something that we cannot personally change, spin our wheels, create drama, chaos, and I have a gnat flying around my face. Be that gnat. It's a choice that needs to be made. I feel like if you're getting out of the despair, you're making the choice of moving in a new direction and surrendering. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, number 14, Caring Connection, pertaining to number 13, A Wealthy Man. Caring Connection does not have to be a relationship, although it kind of leans in that direction. And a wealthy man, yes, could be financially, because as within, so without, but they could be wealthy in many different aspects. A wealth of knowledge, a wealth of love, abundance, things of that nature. So we have the Hermit, number 9. It feels like maybe this person took a step away, and or you did. The Hermit card talks about cutting off people, places, and situations to really tune into the self. Pisces have a tendency to do this amongst other signs, where they just need a break energetically, like to figure out what it is that they truly desire, to get their energy back, to make sure that they're right on track, following their higher self, their intuition, figuring out what they're really passionate about. If is it something that they truly want to continue with, whatever, what their destined and fate is, right? And then we have, oh, I heard emerging as the Emperor. So Aries energy for that. The Emperor is somebody who not only is a leader in life, they could be a boss, they could be a leader in any type of group, but this is somebody who takes a leadership role in their own life. It's like, I'm going to pick myself up from my bootstraps and, you know, do what needs to be done for my own self in my life. And again, that will reflect outwardly, and they'll become that leader. They'll become the boss. They'll become, you know, the one in charge of things, if you will, in control. And then we have number 5, the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, higher level of commitment. Okay. So I'm getting 2 messages from this that could be one and the same. Somebody stepped out for a hot minute because they needed to gain themselves. They're coming back more in control, feeling more assured of themselves, taking a leadership role in their own life. And this could be turning into a higher level of commitment, making a higher level of commitment. The flip side of that is I feel like somebody's really getting in tune with their spiritual side, in essence, still taking a leadership role in their own life. And the Hierophant is the energy of guru, kind of following some kind of a spiritual practice. They could even be becoming the teacher, like the student becomes the teacher at some point. So I feel like your advice, if you need any, is to surrender and move in a new direction, and everything's going to fall into place and you'll bring balance back into your life. Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So whatever issue you were having will reach its conclusion. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and move on to Leo. Thank you all for hitting that like button, subscribing. Thank you to all of my members, my group members. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get a new deck. You are very welcome. All righty. Leo. Leo, this is for the week ahead, the 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. I will tell you that we do have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio taking place on the 11th/12th. That's all about, releasing, letting go of things that are not serving you and moving forward. Interesting. Okay. Leo, overall energy for this upcoming week. We have number 19, rest and rejuvenation, pertaining to number 11, sudden wealth. It almost feels like you're manifesting it. Rest and rejuvenation is definitely just that, but it also talks about meditation and receiving guidance and downloads. And when we're talking about sudden wealth, yes, it's energetic first before it appears in the 3D, but it feels like you are manifesting something to come in for you. especially if you're contemplating it deep in meditation. We have a king of earth. The king of earth specifically is Capricorn energy, but it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with that, have that in your sign. But really it's somebody who's very grounded, stable. It is somebody who's financially well off, somebody who likes the finer things in life, which I know Leos do as well. This is the energy of somebody who could be a homeowner, a business owner. It's somebody who's got it, right? With the six of earth, this is not only balance, but it's a windfall coming in, some kind of, they say gift from the universe, but it's more or less the vibration you're putting out, you're getting it back in some kind of monetary, most likely tangible thing. With the two of fire, this is all about passion, drive, forward momentum. It's also the minor arcana of the world card, which means you're turning your back on what was and moving forward. I heard eyes wide open. Interesting. With the two of earth, you know, the two of earth is kind of juggling. It's burning the candle at both ends. It's energetically and emotionally exhausting. More than anything, I feel like you put forth the work, energy, and effort to build or create something, and it's paying off. It's coming in for you. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 22, yin. This is like a spiritual winter, and it's pertaining to number 30, judication. So I like the yin energy, especially when we have a full moon coming in. The judication feels like a final judgment, something that you're making a final judgment call pertaining to your internal world. So your emotions, your thoughts. We have the 9 of air. And so to me, the 9 of air is overthinking, overanalyzing, fear, stress, anxiety, which could have been part of the overworking, over emotional, energetic, exhaustion. I feel like what's really had you in a bind is the 7 of waters and needing to make a decision, focus on one thing, or get your head out of the clouds and actually turn it into something tangible and workable. With the 9 of water, I feel like you're finally getting there with the wish. That's wish fulfillment. And it's also emotional sovereignty. So going within the internal, the spiritual winter, if you will, to really find your passion, drive, desire, to really get focused, on what it is that you're creating, I feel like is paying off big time for you this coming up week, Leo. Your Moonology card, ooh, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and I will move on to Virgo. Hello, I'm coming from your OnlyFans page link. Nice. The OnlyFans is similar to the gratitude group, with the exception that the gratitude group on YouTube is, you get the extended as well. So the High Priestess is following your intuition. It is either somebody in your life who is a High Priestess, meaning that they are highly intuitive, psychic, spiritual guru of sorts, and or it depicts needing to follow your intuition. It has nothing to do with encouraging investing in a new love interest. As far as encouraging in a, or investing in a new love interest, you would want to follow your heart and your intuition. And if you're asking a question, I do super chats. Super chats are $5 minimum per question. They're answered after I make it through all of the signs. If you are wanting a personal reading, you can email me and or Facebook message me. All right, Virgo. Virgo. This is for the week ahead, the 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Please do take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. There is a full moon in the sign of Scorpio taking place on the 11th/12th, depending on where you are in the world. Scorpio is the deep, dark depths of self and others, and full moons are all about releasing that which no longer serves you. It's a culmination, things coming together to be done. Okay. Who did I say? Virgo. Virgo. Overall energy is number 27, walking away, pertaining to number 26, great fortune. Interesting. So walking away with, interesting. What I'm curious about is, are you walking away from a great fortune or are you walking towards it? Because we'll just have to read through. We have a Queen of Fire, specifically Aries, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. I will say great fortune could be a person and or something that maybe you accumulated with another person or a person has accumulated. But the energy of walking away, it almost feels like, it honestly feels like you're walking away from some kind of a fortune or great fortune pertaining to this Queen of Fire. If it's not specifically a fire sign, it's somebody who embodies this energy, somebody who likes to be in control. I heard possessive, interesting. Who is highly passion driven. They go after what it is that they desire. I heard they don't take no for an answer. Interesting. This feels like a specific person that's coming up. It's also somebody who's very charismatic. They kind of are the life of the party. They like attention for sure. We have number 17, wish fulfillment, but it also talks about having faith in the future. And it's Aquarius energy. Then we have the 5 of water. It's like, what? Okay, 5 of water. Somebody's focusing on things that didn't work out, holding on to the past, holding on to what didn't go their way, or perceiving things as the cup half empty instead of being half full. It's somebody who's stuck in emotional turmoil. When there's plenty of wonderful opportunities around them, they're literally focused on what isn't working. So this is a general reading and I'm not clarifying. You'll have to put yourself where you belong. Somebody is making a choice to walk away from a great fortune. Now, the great fortune, I feel like, is far more than financial. And I feel like the reason that they're walking away is because somebody is stuck in this energy of, well, I heard drama, but despair, sadness. Ooh, I heard corruption. Interesting. The underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 5, attachment. That doesn't surprise me. Pertaining to number 39, community. Somebody has an attachment to, now community can be friends, it can be a business, a work, it can be literally where you live. And the attachment to me feels like, this is interesting. It almost feels like somebody's more concerned with appearances than reality or truth. It feels like a mask or something fake or false. We have the 2 of water. This is a relationship. And the Fool card, Aries, Aquarius. There's a new beginning. Somebody's taking a leap of faith and moving most likely in a new direction with the Magician card, Gemini, Virgo. Honestly, I feel like somebody is moving in a new direction. I feel as though the wish fulfillment wasn't exactly what they thought it was going to be, because somebody, whether it's the person who's upset and stuck in the past situations and or the other person, either way, nobody's getting what it is that they desire, right? I feel like the new beginning and the manifesting is a new opportunity. It's a new cycle. Now, yes, it could be a cycle that you're shifting and moving into a new cycle together, but with the walking away, unless you're both walking away from this great fortune together, hand in hand, arm in arm, it feels like somebody is attached to the great fortune and somebody is willing to let it go. Oh gosh. Virgo, a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Interesting. Time to give rather than take. That's what I have for you, Virgo. I'm going to move on to Libra after I shuffle and I read the chat. So if you're kind of excited and it feels good, go with it. It's just an experience. It's either going to work or it's not going to work, and you'll never know if you don't do it, right? So I don't feel like there's any need to step in your own way. If you start having fear, know that you are going to turn it into something not great. Your energy is what is going to make or break the situation, frankly. It's up to you. Stay in the positive. Stay in the happiness. All right. Shuffling. Also, we're at our midway point. I've already done Aries through Virgo. We're headed towards Libra and then moving all the way to Pisces. Mid-month check-ins for all signs for my extended and gratitude group members will be out tonight/tomorrow. And for everybody else who is not a gratitude group member or a extended group member, it'll be out Sunday, probably. Sunday, Monday. We'll see. Somewhere around there. Anyway, Libra. Libra. All right, Libra, this is for the week ahead, the 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. God, I just shuffled. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Libra, are you dealing with a Virgo? Maybe not. Maybe you're dealing with a fire sign. All right. Libra. Also, Libra, we have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio that is taking place on the 11th/12th, depending on where you are in the world. Scorpio is the depths, the deep, dark places that nobody wants to go to, the hidden secrets. And full moons are a culmination and ending point, normally of something that started roughly 6 months ago during the new moon in Scorpio. But it's a time to release. Okay. Libra, overall energy for your upcoming week. Number 27, walking away. Pertaining to number 13, a wealthy man. Are you dealing with a Virgo? Maybe you should just watch that reading. I don't know. Backtrack one. Anyways, we have a king of fire. Fire energy, specifically Sag, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. Interesting. This is somebody who could be an entrepreneur. This is the energy of somebody who is passion-driven. They go after what it is that they desire. They could be a showboat. They like to be the center of attention. Very charismatic. With the messenger of fire, I feel like there's a desire for... the messenger of fire is passion, drive, forward momentum. And it's interesting that we have the number 2 high priestess, Pisces energy specifically, because I feel like you're being called to follow your intuition when it comes to this person. I also feel like, I don't know if I said could be an entrepreneur with that King of Fire. I feel like you're being called to move, take action with your intuition. So you're being divinely guided through your intuition. Follow it. Follow your intuition always 100%. Even if it doesn't make sense, listen to it. It always pays off. And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Libra, we have number 8, indecision, pertaining to number 9, change. I feel like you were in the energy of indecision as far as should I stay or should I go now? Change could be moving, but also like walking away. It feels like it was kind of, you were in limbo, which although Libra, you are meant to be balanced in the scales, sometimes you're in betweeny. Sometimes you struggle to get that balance, if you will. We have the 9 of Fire. There's a lot of burdens you've been carrying around with you for far too long. This is chironic energy. It is the wounded warrior. It's about all these experiences that you've had in the past that you somehow identified with and carried with you, like this big extra, I don't know, growth on your back. And it's weighed you down, and it's caused you to make certain decisions out of fear, out of past experiences, stress. These experiences were literally meant to have and move on from. We're not meant to remember them. We're not meant to do anything but forgive and forget and live in love and joy and happiness. I know it sounds like too good to be true, but that's really what it is. Anyways, a lot of this also pertains to childhood, the way you were programmed, and that's what's creating these events and the decisions that you make. I feel like you're making the decision finally, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, the Ace of Air. That's truth, clarity, a new way of thinking, receiving guidance and downloads. So you're receiving the answers. You just need to follow them. I feel like inevitably the fact that you're even questioning walking away is telling you that you need to walk away. And to double down on that message, Libra, nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, moon. So, seems like a big nothing burger to me. I'm going to shuffle and move on to Scorpio. Like I said, short, sweet, and to the point. Well, I feel like if you submit to God's rule, whatever that is for you, a man of faith, you will attract somebody that does the same. We have no control over other people. And fear is what creates our worst fears to come true. So I would just recommend you be exactly what it is that you desire to receive, and you will receive it. Okey dokey. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all of my group members. Gratitude. I should now mention OnlyFans, Gratitude OnlyFans group, and extended. But if anybody's curious, the OnlyFans is literally the same as the Gratitude group, except for you're not getting any of the tarot. It's all about the law of attraction, 13 steps to transformation, all of that jazz. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, the week ahead, Scorpio, we have a full moon in your sign. That's big news on the 11th/12th. So it's going to be affecting you, whether you like it or not. Anyways, I love full moons. I love the energy. So I don't know, maybe fellow water sign feels the same way. That being said, this is for the 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And or whatever I was going to say. And or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. Okay. Scorpio. Overall energy for this upcoming week. Number 33, door to romance. Nice. Pertaining to number 20, house. So if you've been watching me long enough, you know that I consider the house to be the mind. Different rooms in the mind. Cleaning out things from the mind. What I will say is, in this instance, you're opening some kind of a door, which to me feels like you're removing some kind of a block. Now, the romance part to the house, for some of you, you could actually be falling in love with a new home or your own home on a tangible level. But I feel like this is more unlocking something that you've kept hidden for quite some time. With the High Priestess Pisces energy, I feel like, again, you're unlocking something that's been hidden for a long time. The High Priestess Pisces energy is highly intuitive psychic energy. You could be tapping into something major at this time. With the Page of Water, receiving new psychic abilities, frankly, is what feels like is coming through for you. The Page of Water, oh my gosh, I'm wondering if you are sensing spirit in the home, sensing the deceased, if you will. The Page of Water also talks about following your heart. Follow your heart when it comes to anything. The Page of Earth, interesting. I feel like you're going to be getting a heartfelt wish. I also feel like you're turning some dream or desire into reality, something tangible. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 18, anxiety. Pertaining to number 34, occupation. You have stress, fear, anxiety pertaining to work. With the 7 of Fire, I feel like you could have been feeling overwhelmed and also feeling the need to protect yourself or stand up for yourself pertaining to work. With the 6 of Air, I feel like you're finally going to be moving away from that energy. For some of you, you could be it's just a shift taking place when that door to romance, that heart opens. For others of you, there is a shift and change taking place that's allowing you the 6 of Air, which is moving into calmer emotional and mental waters. I'm being drawn to give an example. Have you ever been living your life and things are like meh, and then let's say something amazing happens, like you either win some money or get a raise, or a new love interest comes in, or even a new love interest at work. And all of a sudden you're like, you know, whistling Dixie going to work. Like you can't wait to get to work because there's this new love interest there. Or, you know, you've got this money. So it shifts your energy. And opening this door to romance, clearing out, I heard a closet, a block, removing a block is shifting your energy, which is allowing you to move into more emotional and mental calmer waters and bringing in balance, which also pertains to having some form of a windfall. So the anxiety will be no more. Okay, who am I on? Scorpio. The answers you need are coming, Scorpio. Full moon in Gemini. Answers are coming. I heard they are already here. OnlyFans gives you rules. I don't know what you mean. It's a spiritual channel, so I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean. Like I know what people may think it is, but my channel is all spiritual videos. It's literally all the same videos as in the gratitude group. It's just a new or a different channel. And a lot of the people that I have over there don't watch the tarot. So it's, you know, that's it. For those who who don't want both tarot and law of attraction, spiritual things. Okay, I need to take a sip of my coffee. I'm feeling parched. I wonder if I talk this much. I'm going to have to ask somebody, like, do I talk a lot? Like, when I'm not? Because I talk a lot when we're doing this. Maybe it's good face exercise. I don't know. Okay. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. This is for the week ahead, Sag. The 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. We do have a full moon coming on the 11th/12th in the sign of Scorpio. Is that one ripping too? What the heck? I'm putting so much use to these cards, they're starting to deteriorate. Full moon in Scorpio is all about the deep, dark secrets that have been hidden, things in the deep depths between you and others. It is a time of culmination and ridding yourself of things that no longer serve you. Possibly like, I don't know. We'll see, because it looks like there's something interesting taking place here this week. All right, Sag. You have number 13, financial constraints. Feeling the pinch. And it's pertaining, interestingly enough, to number 13, wealthy man. So I don't feel like you're the wealthy man if you're feeling financial constraints. I almost wonder if you're comparing yourself to another person and that's making you feel brokey or poor. Financial constraints can also, more or less, it is thoughts that turn into things, so, and feelings. So it's a byproduct of our true vibration. So to have financial constraints for me talks about feeling less than, unworthy, possibly not feeling good enough. It's a feeling of lack and, well, I heard unseen, lacking confidence even. What I will say is we have number 20, Scorpio. Surrender, move in a new direction. And this is what I find interesting. I'll go through the cards in a second. I just want to, this is interesting. Scorpio, Queen of Water is Cancer, and King of Water is Pisces. So you have all the water signs here. Are you dealing with a water sign, or do you have a lot of water in your chart? It's possible. It's possible. I will say that Sagittarius also has a tendency to be more on the psychic side. So with the call, Scorpio energy, again, it's about surrendering and moving in a new direction. And it feels more like an energetic direction. With the Queen of Water, yes, you could be dealing with water signs, but for me, this feels very much like we're talking about energy. If you look very deeply at the card, she has a shell coming out of her third eye. It almost appears to be like an antenna where she's receiving visions, guidance, downloads. It's also water energy. So this is the energy of somebody who's highly intuitive, psychic. You could be getting some kind of, follow your intuition, okay? And then the King of Water, Pisces specifically, again, kind, caring, compassionate, highly intuitive, psychic. Now that could be the wealthy man that you're dealing with, but I feel like we have two water energies here, right? Masculine, feminine. I feel like you are being called to follow your intuition. I feel like you are embodying one of these energies. You could be matching another person's energy. But I feel as though there's something pertaining to, I feel like this is a golden couple. This feels very meant to be. The surrender and move in a new direction for me feels very much like we're talking about energy, shifting your energy, whatever this is, because this is what's holding you back. And I'm starting to feel emotional. This feels very much like this is meant to be, destined, fated on your path, but you're standing in your own way. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 37, third chakra, Archangel Shemuel, pertaining to number 5, mature man. This is emotions of desire and your life force energy. Now, mature man for me doesn't necessarily, I mean, it could be somebody that you're dealing with, but it feels more like you're being called to end an old cycle with the earth sitting there. To me, that is talking about a need to ascend, shift out of an energy, end an old way of thinking and believing. An old way of thinking and believing that's keeping you stuck. That will give you the Chariot, Cancer energy. Victory, success, and movement forward. In divine timing, patience, Pisces, Sag. No, just Sag. Not Pisces, just Sag. You finally showed up in your own freaking reading. All this water, all of it's water, but you. So patience is divine timing. And the way I explain divine timing is, in essence, you are your own divine timing. You just need to be aligned with what it is, energetically aligned with what it is that you desire. And once you're already energetically aligned with it, it's a matter of time before it comes in. Time is really an illusion. Technically, you already have it on the other, in the invisible realm. It's literally, it's waiting for you to actually be ready to receive it, is another way to put it. Patience also does talk about there's no need to rush, like one foot in front of the other. Don't overindulge. Don't go charging towards something. Just let things go with the flow. Water energy, go with the flow. Okay. Sag, work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Bam. Get out of this. Get out of that energy. All right. I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and move on to Capricorn. Well, a man of faith, you can go ahead and take a rest. It will be here when you wake up, with timestamps even. Shubu, I don't know if I said that correctly. I do super chat questions. If you have a question, it's a $5 minimum for each question. It gets answered after I am done with Pisces. I also offer personal readings. You can reach out via Facebook Messenger and or email if you're interested in a personal reading, personal private reading. And lastly, I always recommend that if you would like to just watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus, your question might actually get answered. One never knows. I do pick up on the energy of the people tuned into the reading. Okay. Oh my gosh, we only have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces left. So, Capricorn at Capricorn. This is for the week ahead, Capricorn, the 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. I will mention that we do have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio on the 11th/12th, depending on where you're located on this beautiful planet that we live in, on and around. What am I doing? Scorpio is all about the deep, dark depths of self and others, hidden secrets, things that we keep buried. And full moons are a culmination of something that you possibly got started 6 months ago during the new moon, but also a time to just release all that junk we don't need to carry around anymore. All right, Cappy. Overall energy for your reading, number 36, second chakra, Archangel Ariel. And it is pertaining to number 16, thoughts. So intimacy and creativity. Interesting, because it almost feels, especially with this, it feels like you are, and I say this because this looks very creative to me, like he's painting and whatever. It feels like you're channeling your creative aspects through somebody else, possibly a person, feeling very creative. And I made an example earlier, like it shifts our energy and opens things up for us when we actually embody those good feeling vibes of love and like excitement and joy, and you know, let our beautiful imagination imagine the best of the best. It literally opens these channels for us, shifts our energy. We have the Two of Earth. I feel as though your creativity and intimacy is coming through with the Two of Earth. It's an energy of balancing or juggling. For some of you, it's too much play, or too much work, not enough play, energetically and emotionally kind of draining. But I feel like it's you trying to balance between maybe your required day-to-day 3D, like, okay, I have to go to work, I have to, you know, clean the home, I have to wash the car, like whatever the havings to are, and having time for what, you ask? The Two of Water. Some kind of, I feel giddy like a schoolgirl. Like this feels very, like this is your muse, you know? Like your priorities are trying to shift here, because it's almost like I've been living this life and now I've got this relationship that is, I want to give it more time. I enjoy it, but like my life was already kind of packed with whatever. I feel like things are shifting for you at this point. We have the Five of Air. It might be shifting because there's some conflict, arguing, fighting, pertaining to maybe you're not spending enough time with this person. Maybe you are burning the candle at both ends. Maybe it's even you with conflict within yourself. Like, oh, I gotta, you know, I gotta change this or switch this around. I don't feel like there's a lack of desire because I feel like this person really lights you up. I feel like it's your muse. But again, it's almost like I have a jam-packed life and then I introduce something new into it. And this new makes me want to, like, you know, forget everything and focus. And we can't necessarily do that. We have to kind of just incorporate it. And, you know, it just feels like there's conflict. Now, it could be coming from this person because they're feeling lacked or left out or something. But I feel more than anything, it's you feeling some sense of guilt. What I will say is don't just do what is easy for you and what goes with the flow. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have blossoming abundance. Number 3. I felt like I needed emphasis on that. And it's pertaining to number 2, main female. I don't know if the roles are reversed, but this woman is his muse. Like he is intimacy, creativity, got it going on. And then we have the blossoming abundance with the same female, right? So again, this could be a cross-watcher read. Take it how it resonates. With the Four of Water, somebody's holding on to this. And what they're holding on to is the Nine of Earth, wish fulfillment. And not only wish fulfillment, but also being able to reap the rewards of the fruits of their labor. So somebody's putting in double time to make something happen. Now, this can branch in so many ways. Like, this person's my muse, and I used to work at, let's say, Burger King, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, they've opened this channel. This intimacy is opened up my creativity, and I want to be a famous artist, but I can't quit Burger King until I sell my first painting. So now we're juggling. It's emotionally and energetically draining, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So again, there could be conflict in your own mind, maybe even a little tussle between you and this other person, but I feel like somebody's holding on to the gold, the wish fulfillment, the ability to actually enjoy the fruits of the labor. And we have it, blossoming abundance with this person. So, Capricorn, expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and I will move on to Aquarius. Happy Friday, everybody. I feel like last Friday I kept saying Happy Wednesday. Like I was totally out of it. I don't know, thinking it was Wednesday when it was really Friday. But it's not today. No, it's Friday. Happy Friday. I appreciate you all. Thank you for hitting that like button. All three of you. Thank you. Oh, goodness. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to start changing the time I go live. We'll see. All right. Mid-months will be out soon. Very, very soon. Oop, dang it. All right here. Aquarius. Aquarius. This is for the week ahead, the 11th through to the 17th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. We have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio on the 11th/12th. I guess that one was supposed to be there. It's a culmination of things that started roughly 6 months ago, and it also, good grief. It's also a time to release things that don't serve you. Deep, dark secrets, things of that nature. All right. Aquarius, overall energy, number 44, woman holding a heart pertaining to false person. Well, there's some kind of shift or change taking place in somebody's heart, and we'll find out which direction we're going in, but it almost feels like somebody's feelings have changed. They've transmuted or transformed. The false person feels like somebody's trying to cover that or not let it be known. They could even be covering it from themselves. Like this could be your heart that's changing. And now this is towards anything, person, place, situation. I'll give an example of work. Let's say, oh, I love my job. I love my job. And then all of a sudden it starts shifting. And I'm like, still putting on that face of, yeah, the work's great. But in my heart, I'm like, I do not love this job anymore. Like I've shifted. It's no longer, ain't got love for it no more. So this could be a person, place, or situation. I'm going to read it as if it's your energy and not somebody you're dealing with, but I definitely feel like your heart has changed and you're masking it. With the 7 of water. 7 of water is needing to make a choice. For some of you, you have a lot of options. And there's a need for you to actually get serious and make a choice. For some of you also, you could have been in this phase of seeing somebody's potential or what they could be, or living in like this pink bubble of the rose tinted glasses. And then it's like reality maybe starts smacking you on the head a little bit and you're like, yeah, okay, it was good for like a year, 6 months, 5 years, whatever. Then we have a messenger of water, which the messenger of water is your heart. It's letting you know. Interesting. I just heard the kiss of death. I don't know. I don't know if that's a movie or a song or what, but take it how it resonates. The messenger of water is telling you to follow your heart and to really, well, go with your intuition, but follow your heart. For some of you, your gifts are heightened at this time. Like this is a light switch coming on, and it's almost like, okay, I've gotten this movie before. Is it Down and Out in Beverly Hills? And I've gotten the song before, which plenty of days go by. Dun, 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 dun. This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful home. I don't know. Vicky is like the queen of telling me what the songs are. So I'll wait a minute and see if it pops up in the chat. But yeah, I feel like this is almost like waking up from an illusion, if you will. With the 2 of earth, energetically and emotionally draining. And then we have a king of water, Pisces energy specifically, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And it's interesting because it almost feels like you are, and now I'm hearing, here I am stuck in the middle with you. It almost feels like you're juggling between, for some of you, more than one person. But I definitely feel like it's also between 2 worlds. So there could be more than one thing. Oh, Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime. Thank you, Vicky. Vicky's a rock star. Seriously, she should be, because she knows all the songs, right? Even if she has to look it up, doesn't matter. She knows. She's there, like that. Props to Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. Anyways, I feel like this is a twofold message. There's an actual situation that's transpiring, but I feel like there's a very, not just energetic, but psychic experience transpiring as well. I feel like you are enhancing gifts, which is shifting your energy, whether you like it or not. Intuition, psychic abilities, the clairs, you name it, whatever it is. Could be several, could be one thing. It is what it is. So you're of 2 worlds, meaning that you're trying to balance between receiving these gifts, these awarenesses, these understandings, and the normal 3D you that probably is like, what the F is going on right now? And then you've got a relationship situation, because I feel like this is pertaining to another person where you are no longer feeling the same way. Why? Because you're waking up from an illusion. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 46 chakra, Archangel Metatron. Wow. And it's pertaining to number 17, gift. So third eye, your sight, your knowing, and gift. You're getting, at least your third eye is waking up or something. Oh, I heard Kundalini. Interesting. Something's being activated for you. We have the Hermit card, Virgo energy. This is akin to a spiritual awakening. It's when we kind of take space to self, to reflect, to go within, to really get to know thyself on not just a 3D level, but a spiritual psychic level. Like, who am I really? What am I really? What is my passion? What is my north node, my destiny, my fate, my true wish, desire? Like, big, deep stuff, right? We have the 3 of air. There is a more than one person that you were dealing with. The 3 of air to me is either, I feel like you are not wanting to, either you're not wanting to pick either person, and or you're not being chosen, which would entail, in my opinion, maybe they're the false person. But take it how it resonates. The Hermit talks about somebody who, it could be ghosting or stepping away. But regardless, this is meant to transpire because we have the Ace of Fire. The Ace of Fire is a brand new passionate beginning, drive, desire, forward momentum, magic, action. And number 13, transformation. A major life change, a major shift taking place. Turning that passion and drive and desire into something magical. I feel like you are enhancing spiritual gifts at this time and leaving a relationship. Now, you can put that in your pipe and smoke it, because that's what I'm saying is happening, and that's what's happening. So what I was really going to say is take it how it resonates. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Love thyself and others, even if you're moving away. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and then we will finish up with Pisces. Ooh. Steeler's wheel stuck in the middle with you. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty. Last deck to shuffle. Last deck. Before we move on to our final sign, lay Pisces. Okay. Wait, I need a sip first. It's so cold. All right, Pisces. Number what? 83, 24. Nope, I did that wrong. Okay. Pisces. Lastly, but not leastly ever, this is for the week ahead. The 11th through to the 17th, full moon in fellow water sign Scorpio on the 11th/12th. I do get my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements. The sun, the moon, and or the rising. Also, you can cross-watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Ooh, I feel like I sneeze coming on. Okay, passes. That's a lot. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Okay. All right. Pisces. I should also mention Scorpio, if you're not aware, is like the deep, depth, darkest, secrety crevices of each person, things that they try to keep hidden or are hidden and they're unaware of, coming to the surface. And full moon is about releasing that which no longer serves you. Also, there was something that transpired or began 6 months ago, roughly, on the new moon in Scorpio, and this is a culmination. Overall energy for this upcoming week, Pisces, is number 30, the garden and the gate, pertaining to number 38, toil and labor. Interesting. It's like you've been putting forth the work, energy, and effort, but it's tedious and it's time to expand and grow, and whatever that is for you. It can be in any aspect in life, anything. But there's some fear, stress, anxiety. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if? Quit what ifing yourself to death and walk through the mother trucking gate, okay? Everything you desire is on the other side of fear, period. And that's what this gate is. It's a big old fear. False evidence appearing real. There is no what ifs. The only what if you're going to have is when you are on death's door, meat suit death's door, because we actually never die. Only our physical 3D body does. And it's going to be, what if I would have actually looked fear in the face, kicked it in the crotch, and did it anyway, right? So we have the messenger of water. This could be somebody coming in with love and romance. I also feel like, you being Pisces, this is talking about a need to follow your heart and your intuition, pertaining to a 2 of water. Love is in the air. Well, it was in the air. Okay. We have the 8 of water. There's an emotional detachment taking place with the 3 of air. What the hey, Pisces? So, should have known, Pisces. Should have known. You've been putting forth a lot of energy, work, and effort, and there's a fear of shifting, changing, moving outside of that. The messenger of water is telling you to follow your heart, follow your intuition, pertaining to a romantic situation. I feel like either you had already emotionally detached, or you're going to be emotionally detaching. With the 3 of air, this is somebody else being chosen. It is, but it's also air energy, so it's thoughts creating emotions. And frankly, I feel as though there could be okay, I'm getting, there's two lines here, meaning this is for 2 groups. For some of you, there's a need to detach because it's rejection is protection. This isn't meant for you. For others of you, there's a need to detach because there's some growth that needs to be done. So at some point you could come back together with this person, just not now. But rejection is protection. It almost feels like the reason you're holding on to this is because it feels comfortable. For some of you, it's comfortable in the chaos, putting forth the work, energy, and effort on this endless wheel, this spiral that goes nowhere. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 3, blossoming abundance, pertaining to 1 main male. Interesting, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? We have a main male with blossoming abundance in the underlying energy, which means that will be coming out eventually. Once we get over the thoughts that trigger the emotions. We have the 2 of fire. This is passion, drive, and forward momentum. The passion, drive, and forward momentum to me is akin to the world card, like the minor arcana. There's a cycle that needs to come to an end. There's a cycle that isn't working. There's a need for it to come to an end. With the 4 of fire, we're moving forward towards our soul path. This is our temple path. This is also sometimes considered a union, marriage maybe. But I will tell you, we have a main male. So for some of you, you're dealing with two people, because in this picture, we have two birdies, male birdie, female birdie, and then we have this female birdie that represents this person. So there was some form of rejection, or you're needing to reject somebody, because the main male, which you should know who your main male is the person that is right for you. And it's the person that's on the other side of this gate. Now, again, for some of you, it's one and the same person, but there's a need for emotional detachment. Let whatever's going to play out, and it will come back around. For the majority of you, I feel like that's not the case. It is literally time for you to take action on your own life, to actually step outside that gate and move into the new direction with your blossoming abundance and your main male. You could be the main male, and it's just time to go singlehood for a hot minute. But I will tell you that there is an opportunity. Majority of you, it's not with this person, and you know it. And what's keeping you bound to it is your routine, your toil, your labor, your fear, really, is all it is. So Pisces, it's time to take action, Pisces. New moon in Aries. There you go. It's time to take action. Step outside the gate. All righty. Oh, you made the live. Yay. Except for it's over. Like, not to crush your dreams there or anything, but we're at the end. I am going to leave the timestamps. I'm feeling fun at the moment. So not trying to hurt any feelers. I am I'm going to leave the timestamps in the description box once I get off of here, so that it makes it easier for people to find it, find the sign that they are looking for. I appreciate you all tremendously. I'm looking forward to this full moon. It is, well, fellow water sign, because I'm a Pisces, so Scorpio. But this is like getting down in, like, you know, taking that ice pick and just getting all those deep, dark, unnecessary things. So for some of you who aren't a fan of full moons, it might be a time of emotions, release, and things of that nature. Me, I'm like, yeah, bring it on. This is all about ascension and growth. Love it. Love it. So do you, yeah, I'm sure you do feel it. I always feel the full moons. It's beautiful. Well, it's all beautiful. New moons, new adventures, full moons, endings, and release. And it's like, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. So, alrighty, everybody, I'm going to head out of here. I feel lunchtime calling me. So I truly appreciate you all. I look forward to seeing you live next Wednesday. Again, the mid-month tarot will be out for the extended and gratitude group members on Saturday, Friday night, tonight. We'll shoot for Saturday. Everybody else, you'll get your version on Sunday. That being said, I think that's all I have for you. So I appreciate you all. Thanks for the like, share, subscribes, and I will see you all on the next one.